By the year 2463, humanity had spread far beyond the boundaries of its solar cradle, colonizing star systems that once glittered like unreachable jewels in the night sky. But in that vast stretch of space, there remained relics, abandoned outposts, silent ruins, and signals of civilizations long extinguished. I never expected one of them to speak back. My name is Jonah Rhys, and I used to be a xenoarchaeologist for the Terran Exploration Directorate. My job was to explore derelict alien sites, document artifacts, and return with anything worth studying or salvaging. Most missions were routine, until we found what came to be known as the Cenotaph of Rylis on a dead moon orbiting a gas giant in the Eloran system. It wasn't supposed to be there. Eloran's planets had been charted a century earlier, marked as lifeless. Yet, during a mining probe's orbital scan, a perfectly geometric anomaly appeared, an octagonal pyramid of black stone etched with symbols no AI could identify. Our expedition landed 2 weeks later. The structure was immense, tall as a skyscraper, yet utterly silent and seamless, made of some obsidian-like material that absorbed radar and distorted scanning equipment. No entrance, no door. We circled for hours. Then, something ancient and instinctive compelled me to press my palm against a certain symbol near the base, just a triangle wrapped in spirals. The surface shimmered and the stone dissolved. Inside was darkness and a corridor. What followed felt like stepping into a myth. We descended into a structure not built for humans. The ceilings stretched 50 feet above. The walls were covered in shifting glyphs that changed when we blinked. Every so often, a low hum vibrated through the floor, like the breathing of a dormant beast. As we journeyed inward, we passed massive statues, creatures with wings, serpentine necks, insectoid eyes. Some looked like warriors, others priests, but all faced a single direction, a central chamber. It was there we found her. Suspended in a column of translucent crystal hovered a figure unlike anything in known xenobiology. She stood nearly 10 feet tall, with 4 arms and silver-blue skin that shimmered like liquid starlight. Her hair, if it was hair, flowed upward in slow motion, caught in the crystal's gravityless embrace. A crown circled her forehead, etched with that same spiral triangle symbol. But it was her face that held us. Regal. Ill. Not peaceful but startled. Eyes wide. Lips parted slightly. As if the last thing she'd seen before being entombed was something unthinkable. We were speechless. The cameras rolled. The scans ran. But none of our data told us what we needed to know. Who was she? And then I saw it. Near the base of the crystal column. A pedestal. On it, a box of bronze and black stone. It pulsed softly. My translator implant couldn't decode it. But I heard something, not through my ears but in my mind. Name. Not in words but in meaning. And I spoke it. Sha'val-Rhi'zek. The world changed. The crystal exploded in a silent burst of particles. The chamber dimmed as if the energy of the structure flowed into her. The statues outside crumbled. The air thickened, vibrating with a frequency that seemed to pull memories from the marrow of our bones. And the alien queen opened her eyes. She looked at me and froze, not with fear, not with anger, but with recognition. Her lips trembled. She took one step forward, then collapsed to her knees, trembling. She whispered a string of syllables none of the others could hear, but I understood them as if they were my own language. You live. How? You live. Una. Rhys. But you were gone. All of you. The fall. She wept. The rest of my team, 5 scientists and 2 security officers, watched in stunned silence as this ancient being sobbed like a child in the ruins of her own tomb. I approached, heart pounding. Who are you? Asked. You know me, she said, voice musical but cracked. You spoke my name. Only one who knew me could have done so. I don't know you, I said, though doubt twisted inside me. You did, she whispered. In the time before the rift. Before the silence. You were the last of the keepers. You watched the gates close. You promised you would return. I shook my head. I was born in 2421. She touched my face. Time is not a river. It is a spiral. And sometimes it loops. She rose, her presence almost divine. I am Sha'val-Rhi'zek, High Empress of the Spiral Thrones, Keeper of the Last Flame, Watcher of the Seven Gates. And you, Jonah Rhys. You were my consort archivist, Keeper of our final history. You died before the stars burned out. Over the next 3 days, as we camped in the heart of the ancient complex, the Queen told us a story lost to all time. She was the ruler of a civilization that had not evolved in our universe, but had arrived from a neighboring one, a place where the laws of physics bent like reeds. Their kind were not invaders but caretakers. They had watched over primitive species, helped them grow, guided them through the perils of ascension, until the cataclysm. Someone, had torn open the boundaries between dimensions, letting through an entropy wave that devoured entire galaxies. The spiral thrones had been obliterated, their civilization lost. But Sha'val, with the help of a trusted human ally, Jonah Rhys, had sealed away their knowledge, hiding in a time-locked crypt to await a future when the danger had passed. You said you would find me again, she said. You programmed the gate to only open to your DNA, to the one who bore your name and spirit. But I don't remember any of it, I said. You will. In time. She looked beyond me, out into the sky of the moon. The enemy still exists. Watches. The rift may open again. That night we lost contact with our orbiting ship. A pulse of light, bright as a sun, swept the horizon. The Queen's face turned to steel. They have found us. We fled into the deeper chambers of the Cenotaph, guided by Sha'val through hidden passages none of our instruments could detect. She moved like memory incarnate, reactivating ancient systems, unlocking doors with her voice. Behind us, the darkness grew louder. The walls trembled. One of the guards, Lieutenant Kale, vanished in a scream as tendrils of void erupted from a breach in the corridor. Sha'val screamed his name and raised a hand, and the creature froze, time itself halting for a blink before shattering it into a mist of crystal shards. They are echoes, she said. Remnants of the thing that devours dimensions. It must not reach your Earth. We reached the core chamber. A throne of light hovered in the air, rotating slowly. Around it, symbols danced like stars. Sha'val stepped into it, merging with the glow. Your memory, she said. It must be unlocked. I'm not who I was. You are. She gestured, and a beam of light enveloped me. I remembered. Not everything but flashes. A voice promising return. Hand in mine. Stars bleeding from the sky. Her tears as she descended into the sleep chamber, entrusting everything to me. My sacrifice. Casting my mind through time, to awaken in a descendant who could finish what I started. I remembered. Her name. Not just the title. My wife. I dropped to my knees. I failed you. No, she said, descending to me. You brought me back. And now we finish it. The final moments were chaos and beauty intertwined. Sha'val activated the spiral beacon, drawing energy from the last remnants of her ancient empire.